document no form. Nipa na wa trace here who see the form no more day as some of our police station. No kasa sisi ye jai akwana owi aka no.
Wow.
Nkofo na otai omo to kan ye jai omu. Ye jai omu akwana owi aka na ye jai no. Nkofo na to kan no ye jai no. Yata yadam kana ma. Car no akwana almost condemn the car. But then kana ma but complainants of pajo kan ne koye.
Police station man.
Police station on can. And it's happening all over. What is the job of the police? The job of the police is to arrest people, identify whether a crime has been committed, and take the people before court. So when a situation the police are now arresting people who are engaged in criminal activity, settling the matter at police stations, and then letting these people who have committed crime go free. Say, one day, but no food be seen. On the day, say, police. So it is incumbent upon the person who is president at any particular moment in time to identify that we need police reforms.
Inviting of any arrested. Invitation leads to arrest.
It is incumbent upon the person who is president to realize, say, certain institutions require reforms. No cases they say your passport office of mercy. Visa.
No.
It's the whole of the country like Ghana. Open passport, I just say. Baba Ghana. We tell you, cry, you see the power of Opena. Passport will remain now, millions of passports.
Mr. Digital says out to me online.
It's animating now. It is the president who will see the problems and maybe have an advisor who can advise more how to reform some of these problems so that our nation can go on. So the position that was given to him, for me, could have been the position of maybe special advisor on public sector reforms. A position, but it's an opportunity. Maybe we are no good to me, maybe we are no good to me. But I said, but me is joining MPP government. I don't think something was in him. We no more why. He has something to offer.
I say we're doing MPP. I was calling them the devils. Over 3,000 employees. Branches, you can count every part of this country.
I don't want to look at it as Indom's Bank so much as say was what was done necessary.
No, I don't think so.
When we say mobile B radio station, there was a criteria that you had to meet before you be allowed to open the radio station. Until you open the radio station, it becomes a going concern. I'm all for the contract back. If I say until you go into agreement with these people, and then the contracts are running. Then at a point in time, a new regulator comes to the NCA and says, regulations now easier from formity and opportunity easier from Masasano, they are coming. Either say easier from VT, say that I say easier from Maguno. I don't think you are being fair to Eezy FM. Samrano should be going forward. But before for our album no. And the baby no. For instance, if we are made banana initial capital declaration here, 10 million. Now because we are recapitalizing, we got 400 million. Now I show access to back up those things. That's a year. Meanwhile, I have a bank that is running that is employing 3,000 people. And see, the moment you change your parameters and you decide to go back in time to apply those parameters, you have made me an illegal consent. Even though before then I was a perfectly legal consent.
Honorable Bajo, so Dr. talking about the deadline issues about GMAC.
As soon as the word came out, we sent a message to all the shareholders. This is a requirement. And we have a deadline, December 31st, 2018. You own 1% share, 2% share, whatever. Are you going to be able to find the money to keep your shareholding level? If not, we have set some goals. Let us know by a certain date. Then we will then explore all the other options that we have. So our intent, as soon as the word came out, we sent a message to all the shareholders. This is a requirement. And we have a deadline, December 31st, 2018. You own 1% share, 2% share, whatever. Okay, are you going to be able to find the money to keep to your shareholding level? If not, we have set some goals. Let us know by a certain date. Then we will then explore all the other options that we have. So our intent definitely is to meet that requirement, and we should be able to do so. We are a goal-setting organization. We've set our goals. The goal that we set about 3-4 years ago was we wanted to be in every district, every region. We wanted to be able to serve 1 million customers and so on and so forth, and we've met those goals. Now we were just getting ready to set goals that were going to be more on the profitability side, and this has come. So we'll take a look at this, and then our next goals will be more about profit making, value creation, and so on and so forth. So we've accomplished essentially the fundamental things that we wanted to do with the bank, and now we are ready to do a number of other things. That's not what an investment company does. You don't go and dig a hole in the ground, and then when you come, you go and dig it back up and say, here's your 1,000 or 2,000 Ghana cedis. We invest the money. And when you invest the money, it means you give loans, you give credit, you pre-finance or finance activities. And because we know the importance of infrastructure development in this country, we decided, Group Indo, not just GN Bank, but Group Indo, including what used to be called Gold Coast, now Black Shield, we decided that what Ghana needs the most is infrastructure development. And if nobody's credit is good, should that include government? Government's credit should be good, not so. Yes. So if you decide to give money, credit, to finance the activities of Ghanaian contractors, that money, it should come back. So where is that money? That money is with the government of Ghana and its agencies, and they know. They know. The former finance minister, Kenoforiata, knows. The current finance minister, Dr. Amin Adam, he knows. The head of Cocoa Board, we financed cocoa roads. They used to be the safest activity you can engage in. We invested in schools. So many schools that you might see here and there, it is monies from our companies that pre-finance them. You go all over the place. You will find it. Roads, bridges, schools, and so many others. If you go to Discove, it's a sea defense project. It's been there. That project was started more than 7 years ago. That contractor has spent millions and millions working on that project. Not one peso has been paid to that contractor. So what used to be about 1.8 billion Ghana cedis, listen to me again. A debt that used to be 1.8 billion Ghana cedis is now more than 7.1 billion Ghana cedis. I'm not talking old Ghana cedis or old cedis. That is real new Ghana cedis. If you convert it into US dollars, it's about $500 million, and it's growing every day with interest. So the government of Ghana and its agencies, if they had paid us even 1/3 of that money to the contractors 6 years ago, there wouldn't be a Gokus or Black Shield problem, there wouldn't be a GM Bank problem, there wouldn't be a problem with any of our companies.
They should pay the money.
So today, what we are asking is we're saying, let them pay the money. If the government doesn't have the money, there are arrangements that can be made. We all know what the situation in Ghana, what it is. So let's come up with a payment plan. They pay us, the customers get paid, the bank rises, and other things come. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Oh.
Final step by step. The issue of capitalization. And Sana Yebete, this bank, for example, GN Bank. Now there was a capitalization level.
Yeah.
That you had to meet. The question is, did GN Bank meet that capitalization? The obvious answer is yes.
Yeah.
But when to me meet here, want to meet the bank. Until omo meet here, omo be a bank. Then government or the regulator says it will set up a new capital threshold. I'm saying, say, at that point, that decision of the regulator should have been challenged, particularly where it affects existing companies and banks. Because you see, they did not set up with the new threshold. They set up with the old threshold, and they are running. Also, there was a call on shareholders.
Yeah.
I think that was a wrong approach.
Why?
What should have been done was challenge the regulator. Because you see, the 1992 Constitution makes it clear that when you are taking a decision, you must apply good sense.
Okay.
You have a duty of care on each way. That decision, in as far as it affects old and existing companies, was the regulator exercising a sense of care. Because maybe sign 6, it's only a friend sign 6 from 6, and a lawyer. Your lawyers be or the lawyers, some of them learned on the job.
Okay.
And they became lawyers. Then later, you realize you have to formalize it. Until now, you needed a first degree before you can learn the profession of law.
Yeah.
Even beyond first degree, you needed to also have a degree in law before you can. Are you saying, say, Omwa, no more years and 6 now, they learned on the job and became lawyers? No more lawyers, Anna. Omo lawyers.
Yeah.
Omo lawyers.
Yes.
So all be used to new measures now, Abano. So you must have degree on so and so before you can become a lawyer. It would be very unfair to those people who did not meet those requirements before they became lawyers. Are you with me?
Yeah. Right.
I'm saying, say, once you had people who had met the old capital threshold and were operating as banks already, if you wanted to recapitalize, it should affect the people who are coming in.
Yes.
What's that? You mean why they? Ebinum abeshas small. They've grown into giants. And to be honest, so banking in Ghana has become attractive. Omoni yama threshold are not ordering because they are coming to compete with people who are already existing. You don't set up new threshold and require people who are already working to meet the capital threshold. I'm saying at that time, no, people who had those banks, who owned those banks, who were shareholders in those banks, should have challenged that decision.
And nobody did.
I can't
because
remember.
my name's a case no court.
I can't remember. Should have challenged.
There was a challenge, I believe.
They should have challenged those decisions. Number 2, ASA. Number 2, ASA. What's it? Mefa capital mra. And now say, what's it? the capital so. And now see me to my depositors and investors.
We can buy also the papa.
No, no, man, quite. Okay. Well, say I'm unable to pay my depositors or my investors, or I'm unable to meet the capital threshold, or my books do not sufficiently support my capital declarations. Fantastic. Okay. I'm telling you, sir, while you are telling me this, you, the regulator, your brother at the Ministry of Finance, owes me. Owes me. And you know, the day they pay me, I become more than solvent. And you just tell them to pay me. You insist on your pound of flesh and you close me down. Meanwhile, the money that is owed me is still there. Oh, you have a duty to exercise good sense.
Yeah.
Basic good sense. Ope umpo, ndu maganani. Yeah. You may not like him, you may not like his success in life, you may not like the kind of cars he buys. And he was a flashy person there. You may not like anything about him, but the basic thing is that he's a Ghanaian. He's able to provide companies that is able to employ hundreds of people, thousands of people. And see, yes, all your phones are not anything. For now, I'm insisting on this regulatory compliance. You didn't calculate because you see, maybe I don't know. Once you're from Monday morning quarterbacks. You know. No, we see radio so and out to nice young but if you are not a Monday morning quarterback. But an action should have come up against the people who owe some of these companies. Because me, I'm holding your paper.
Yeah.
Me, or bank. Regulator will say over to banking. I didn't see a sika. In the meantime, Miss we could accompany the big paper, just a company the make say.
Yeah.
Company no so they abandon the company no car. And for me, what should happen naturally is that we go after the companies, the contractors. The bank goes after them. And then the contractors go after the government. The honor nasanka you an impartial judicial system. Very key. Then we go after the government. Ministry of Finance accounts until they meet the appropriate teacher for cannot teacher for so because you see, you have been given the management of a whole nation. Say certain 1.8 no. And I hear Yankopon so adwuma. Nyame adwuma. Apart from Nyame adwuma no so, it is a national duty.
Yeah.
National responsibility. And a yes idea no. And I can 3 years as kana. And can could do 7 billion. Am I out here now? Or say that is about 500 million or $500 million. You are talking about a nation. I'm no cases here. 2-3 days behind the IMF near about stress castle. Mama 100 million, 200 million. You could come. You could come in and this company maybe or say. Now what transfer one debt accumulated to $500 million. So why should you do that?
This is sheer wickedness.
Why should you do that? I didn't know I was all yes, sir. I didn't know I was all yes, sir. But you know, what want to say? Me, the only way I see it is that some of these things go to court, keep the case in court.
The case was in court.
Let's take the action. Let's keep some of these actions in the and where it is possible, no, let us also commission some lawyers to begin to make investigation as to whether some crime has not been committed. Whether some of the people like your friend is Dr. Ernest Addison, the people who took these decisions, can they be held personally accountable? Kenneth Agyei and Co. Do they have immunity? Can you come into government and take any manner of reckless decisions and then go home and enjoy your conconte? Let us find out. Is there no way that can't we pursue civil action against them? Because you see, the fact of the matter is that the state is going to pay.
Yeah.
It may take 6 months to January 2025. The state will be called upon to pay. Or it may take 20 years, but the state will pay.
That's right.
When the state pays, children will suffer because Sky will say the Dequia Hospital will be called upon to take that money to pay some of these debts that have been recklessly accumulated by reckless people. Can't we pursue civil action and chase them after their personal money? Because some of them, they own shares in companies. GB, never take an Subi. Because the fact that we have given you executive power does not mean you can go about a yetimi 2 car. Now you both playing car. Now you do Canada. When in Canada? When in Canada? You know how many miles that you need to travel from here before you get to Canada. Now you small whole delegation. Monko Canada and some investors. About Kroma baby jobs. Now only obiti Kroma. Within be a company. I employ 3,000 people. Now company no regulatory United States of America. Why some of these companies get into genuine regulatory problems? You know what the United States government of America does? He gives them money. Omo muska. Kwambele we faso a wajuma no. Yeah, obekoso I open no doors now wajuma open your doors so that the work can go on, so that people can be kept employed. Na say yeti kroma. Na say a genuine situation pa. Na say beto company kroma yeti a yentimi create man, they beto company a create a one employ 3,000 people. They beto no promo. Enti omampanyi ntimi misa.
We also be sister a toilet.
Now those 3,000 people, no, they also land on the labor market.
So, doctor has embarked on a nationwide cleanup, a peaceful protest. And some go around, they are cleaning. Japadi Asaya. Cars are rusted. Banks no cars say is your pickups pro. When the youth become so angry, I don't want penny for me. But maybe we were trying to reduce
if there's a way we can hold people personally liable, let us also begin to explore and take action against them personally for the decisions they took. We'll say capitalization. Because to say, Nasa am passing boss akana. Nasa boss akana. Are you personally liable? Because for me, it was not a necessary decision. Say, Obia or no, they can be a company or running. Also, my recapitalize it. Say, well, first can I mammy too? Yes, I'm been a woman. Yes, I'm been a woman. At the same time, Sandy Pana was one first can I mammy too. No, while brother company the neka, or brother institution the neka. What is that?
Papa, my doctor, I'm coming to you, Madam Kakrana, I Eezy 107.5 minute Honorable Kenneth Agyei Kuranchie and I education come 101 right on Eezy 107.5. Me, I don't insult because Dr. Nkrumah City.
They are telling you that Ghana is bankrupt. They are telling you that our country is in debt to the extent of some 240 million pounds. What fools they are. How ignorant for them to think that we wish to be nice. It's a amount to you. Already, you say it, you're probably